Yes, sir.
I know you don't care, but they're gonna do a 20-minute halftime so they can cool off quicker, or longer. I know, that's what I said, I know you don't really don't care.
I do.
I told him when it's speaking, but he ready to go down to the finish line, don't get that at 3-1.
All right. Go ahead. Let me step out for a minute. Ready? Hey, you got an extra body to help us run a camera? An extra body? Yeah. Not that I know of. Unless you get Reddick to do it.
Huh?
Unless you get Reddick here to do it.
What?
You want to run the camera for us?
I understand.
Okay, well, do what? Gotta help out. I got it.
Yeah, I know.
God, I'm proud of him.
No kidding. I'm sure they say keep them hydrated is what they need to do.
Yeah. He'll be able to go hide, cool off. He'll be out there a little bit and then he'll disappear. So.
We getting ready for the anthem? Yeah.
You gonna come in here because you're too hot out there?
Hey,
I'm fixing to go up top, actually.
You want to run a camera in the aircon? I'm serious, I'm laughing.
Why?
Because we need someone to run the camera.
Yeah, I can.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier here. Or grab you a chair and just
Yeah, there's some
follow
chairs
the
in
ball.
that next room.
See how long it lasts.
Hey, you're supposed to be on the roof.
Too bad there's too many people up there anyway. You're live on the air. Okay.
Just I'll do it. Can they hear the commercials?
Can you hear the commercial?
Well, I can.
Yeah.
I can. I can if I do this.
No. Wait. Yeah, they can hear a commercial.
Okay, great.
And then punch the button and stop the commercial when we start to talk. So,
Okay. Do the anthem and then we'll come in.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the national anthem, if you please stand and remove your hats. Tribute to our nation's flag. Cordell, live.
Chad's harassing you. But you don't know it's Mickey. All right, I'm going to hit M, and then I guess you bring us up.
Okay. Just give me a thumbs up when we're there.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting season of Cordell Blue Devil football. It is a beautiful, beautiful evening starting at 8 o'clock due to extreme heat. This year is the first year in 3 years we've started a game at kickoff at under 100 degrees, Dudley. How are you?
Well, you have to wait till 8 o'clock. I think that's a wise decision. I'm glad they've done that and everything. Statewide, some of them started at 7:30. A lot of them started at 8. A few of them might have started early, but it's for the benefit of the players, the coaches and stuff, and the officials. I know I read something that we're going to allow the officials to wear shorts today if they wanted to because of the heat, and that's, all these officials here tonight have on the long pants, but it's a good option to have. And it's so nice to be back out here on the field to watch the players, the pageantry. We've had the national anthem, the symmetry, and as everybody gets ready for the national anthem, the Cordell flag people will lower their flags in honor of the United States flag here at Cordell, and so we do that. So I hope that people over at the fair will have time to come over and catch some of the ball game after they get it through over at the fair, because we're going to be here a little later this evening, no problem.
Team captains in midfield getting ready for the coin toss. Team captains tonight for the Blue Devils: number 15 Dayton Bartlett, number 33 Richard Crossland, number 55 Alex Kennedy, and number 88 Caden Rivera. Have not been able to catch the Sayre's
we get you some of
numbers
those
yet.
numbers.
Yeah. Our guys are blocking their numbers.
They're standing in front of them. We're on the south side of the field, and they're meeting at midfield. So we got our Blue Devils, our backs to them, and they're standing in front of the Sayre players as the officials are out there getting ready to do all that. The officials for tonight's game is Keith Vitrice. He's the ref. The umpire is Jim Howe. The linesman is James Messi. Andy Vitrice and Mike Sharp are your officials for tonight's game. 5 officials, that's good for everybody.
5 officials is good, and if they start messing some calls, we'll get you names, phone numbers, and addresses where we can have a talk with them after it goes. Normally these guys do a good job. It's first game of the season for everyone. They'll knock some rust off, and we'll move forward from there. We have
they flipped the coin, and Cordell won the toss. Now they're deciding who's going to do what.
Well, Coach, I was talking with Coach yesterday. He said this year, if they win the toss, they are definitely receiving. Last year, opening kickoff of this game in Sayre was taken back for a touchdown, and we're not going to try that again.
I remember that.
Yeah. I remember that. One of the keys of this game is going to be good tackling, and the quarterback, number 18 for the Sayre Eagles, is Ryan Johnston. There's going to be a Ryan Johnson left, right, up the middle, fake to Ryan Johnson, pitch to Ryan Johnson. You're going to hear number 18 a whole lot tonight. Yeah. Sayre Eagles run a veer-based offense, kind of an old-school option offense from back in the Big 8 days.
Big 8
But when you're a smaller school and you have smaller players, those kind of work for you because there's a lot of misdirection.
Yeah, you got the Cordell captains. I'll give you the Sayre captains. Was number 5, Devin Moore, number 18, Ryan Johnson, number 21, Aiden Hendershot, and number 70 is Parker Harrell.
We'll hear Hendershot's name a lot tonight as well. Sayre Eagles take the field and come running to the sideline. Blue Devils, Cordell still building the field house over there, which is going to be the guest locker room. Everybody's dressing out in the from what I gathered from the baseball batting cages, which, that's good to do to visitors. Put them in over there where it's all hot and sweaty and have
well, at least they got a cover over them.
Yeah.
If they were in the old field house that they're remodeling right now, they would have open top field house.
Right. So. Here come the Blue Devils, busting through the helmet and taking midfield, meeting Coach Gilmer at the 50-yard line. Blue Devils will receive the kickoff. And we're getting ready for the 2023-24 season coming right up here.
Moving right along right here, so that it gets exciting and gets more fun. And the longest season for Mike and I is the off season. So
Yes.
we're back to working again. So believe it or not, this is our job. So yeah. So as we do that, the teams are met up there. Go ahead. Put your headset on.
Go ahead. He's going to help you. All right, then. So here we go. We've got we got everybody ready to go. Officials ready to go. Mr. White Hat standing in the east end zone, getting ready to signal in to play. We have a good-looking field right now. It's undamaged, painted well. Good green grass. Field looks like it's in good condition. Blue Devils playing in their blue on blue. Dark blue pants, dark blue uniform, and the Eagles in white. And what is that, a burgundy or just a maroon for their numbers?
Let's call it maroon.
We'll call it maroon. Now, burgundy's a big word for football, isn't it?
You got to make it simple for me.
Got to keep her simple. Blue Devils back to return. And those dark blue numbers on dark blue jerseys are hard to pick up. So I'm thinking that is number 15. I'm thinking that's.
We'll get them all right. You may not agree with us, but we know we're right.
Well, we'll get a number out there. It may not be the right one, but someone's going to get credit for a tackle and a return for touchdown and all those kind of things. So Blue Devils ready to receive. Side judge, he's taking his place on the south sideline. Mr. White Hat's looking at his wristwatch, getting ready to go. He's about to blow them into play. And he's making sure his crew's ready to go.
Cordell has the ball set on the 40. The defense for Sayre, or soon-to-be offense, is lined up just on the east side of the 50. So that gives them 10 yards right there. So as they get ready to kick it off, we're almost underway for this 23 season.
Yeah, here we go. He's back to kick, so he has been blown into play. And here comes the kick. Straight squib kick right down the middle. Picked up, ricocheted off the shin of the return man, and Cordell wisely just falls on the football instead of trying to scoop it up. So the Blue Devils will have the football on their own 25 to begin the football season here. Got a new quarterback coming in this year. Caden Rivera, he'll be number 88. I know that seems like an odd number for a quarterback, but that's the number he's got to use to be quarterback and defensive end.
He can do it all.
So we got the snap straight up the middle, about a yard gain. Running back stacked up at about the 26-yard line. Be 2nd and 9 for the Blue Devils. Again, these dark blue numbers on dark blue jerseys are hard to pick up. Not exactly sure which guy that was. But Caden Rivera will be a starting defensive end on defense, and he'll be your quarterback tonight. This year you're going to see a lot of backfields. You're going to have 3 running backs next to the quarterback. Trying to make it there's a handoff to the first man through. Good run up to about the 30. I think they're going to put them, the nose of the football is going to be right on the 30. So it'll be 3rd and manageable for the Blue Devils. Looks like about 3rd and about 5.5. What do you think, Dudley?
They're right at it. They're going to give him like I said, the nose of the ball touches the 30. So I'd give him 5. It might not be official in the books that way, but we'll call it 5 yards.
This is hometown radio. We can say what we want to. One to the right, wide right, one wide left. 3 backs with Rivera in the backfield, man in motion. Now to the slot. There's the handoff up the middle, and he is stacked up right about the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 4th and about 6 for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, a little misdirection, but nobody was confused on the defensive side of the ball. They knew it was going to be a dive play, either left or right, and it went to the right, and so no gain on the play.
No gain. We're going to look at what are we looking at? Well, they are in punt. They are not in punt formation. They are lined up, ready to go. See if they can draw somebody offside. A lot of motion out of the backfield. He backs up into punt formation now, and there's nobody back to receive, and we've got flags everywhere. I think everybody knew the snap count but the center.
Everybody moved, had good defensive possession before the ball hit the air.
So false start on the Blue Devils will back it up.
Back it up to 5 yards you gain.
So. And you get that a lot of motion on on 4th down and about 5, because a cheap 5-yard penalty might get you the first down or get you awful close. Blue Devils move out into punt formation. And here is the snap. Good, slow, nice snap. Good line drive kick. Bounces at about the 47 down to the 46 and rolls dead at the 44-yard line of the Sayre Eagles. And we're going to pick up our first defensive possession right there. 10:02 to go in the first quarter. No score here. And they're going right into the playbook, so we're going to stay right here for a little while. We're going to get a lot of official timeouts early in the season because of the heat.
And they're going to have an extended halftime, too, because of the warm weather.
Yeah, trying to keep the players safe, which is always a good thing. Blue Devil defense takes the field. Sayre Eagles holding up the progress, comes lumbering off the sideline, and he's going straight to the center. Now they're gonna stack it up even more. Everybody on the offensive line, on the whole offense, and they're going left. Number 11 catches the end, cuts up field for about a 12-yard gain. There is a flag on the play, and it happened early, and it's going to be, I imagine, from where it's at, it's going to be holding. And Mr. Whitehat says that is the case. Holding against the Eagles. It is a spot foul. They will mark it off from where the foul was committed, and it looks like right at the line of scrimmage, and it looks like it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Eagles. Let's see how they step it off.
Yeah, the ball carrier is Hunter Hanaran.
That's what we're going with. If you don't be upset at us, we don't pronounce it correct.
That's as good as I can call it. So.
All right, so it's looking like a 1st and 20, holding on the Eagles. We'll back them up. That negated a nice 12-yard gain. But here we are in Cordell, and that's one way to play defense. If you don't execute, it costs you. Everybody in the Eagle offense is within just a few yards of the football. Quarterback rolling to the right and ran out of room. That was looking to either dump it off in the flats. He was covered. And then the safety comes up and escorts him out of bounds for about a 2-yard loss. It's looking at 2nd and about 22 from what I'm looking at. Scoreboard says 21, so we're pretty close.
Dayton Bartlett on the defense for Cordell stepped up and forced him out of bounds. He said, I don't want to get tackled by him. So
as with a lot of Class A football, a lot of small teams. So you're going to hear guys on both sides of the ball all night. Dayton Bartlett's a name you're going to hear all night on offense and defense.
Cordell defensively, we have a 4-man front, 4 linebackers, 5 linebackers.
And there's a reverse off to the left end again, and he is up the field. Oh, tripped up after a 24-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. We had a misdirection, then we had a reverse. And Coach Gilmer's talking to Mr. Whitehat about, hey, you missed something there, buddy.
Well, when you have people getting up off the ground completely away from the ball, you're going, now, how did that happen? But the ball carrier was number 11 again. That's Hunter Hanaran, and made it good to the left side down to the 41-yard line of Cordell. So,
yeah, he's I think Coach Gilmer got his point across. Mr. Whitehat may have missed one there, and they're going to wind the clock and pretend like it never happened. So 1st and 10, Sayre Eagles after a long, looks like about a 25-yard gain. That misdirection. Blue Devil defense is basically a 4-3, and then since there's no wideouts, everything is pulled up in the middle. Your two defensive backs are up in the box, and that is a penalty again. We got a flag early, and let's see.
I've seen one of our defensive guys move, but I think it's because Sayre drew them off sides. There was movement on the Sayre side of the ball, so Sayre's going to get the penalty for moving. It's going to 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's going to be a false start.
So that
which Sayre's either striking out or hitting home runs. They had a 12-yard gain negated by a penalty, got a 24-yard gain, and then had another penalty. So back and forth. There's a pitch and a lead to the right. And he is drugged down just beyond the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 9. There's about a 4-yard gain on the play. He just got past the original line of scrimmage, I should have said. So it's about a 2nd. We'll call it a fat 9. Fat 8, we'll call it. About a fat 8.
Good play, good lead blocker and everything. They had little option there, so they had good blocking coming around the corner, but Cordell cut through it and limited them to about a 5-yard gain.
As a quarterback lead right. There's the pitch again, and we're coming right back this way. Cut back across the middle and plowing forward now down to the Cordell 29-yard line. Host of Blue Devils on the tackle. And that should be a 1st and 10 if they're going to, yep. Chains are moving. 1st and 10 Sayre Eagles. 8:29 to go in the first quarter. No score in this one. Blue Devil defense holding steady. Running, talking to coach, they run a base 4-3. And again, with this old Veer offense, everybody and their mama is going to be in the box all night long. There's no wideouts on the Eagles formation. Another lead to the left this time, using the quarterback as a lead blocker. Number 5 rumbles down for about a 15-yard gain down to the Blue Devil 13-yard line.
And number 5 is Devin Moore for the Sayre Eagles, who got the lead down there, and they're down on the 13-yard line.
So far, we're seeing a lot of lead blocking by the quarterback, and that's kind of the strength of a Veer type offense. You just put more guys in a direction than the defense can put on that side of the ball. Same formation for the Eagles. Quarterback under center, pitch, and Blue Devils track it down from behind. And on the tackle, I saw number 11, and we can't pick up that number. The dark number's on dark number. So on the tackle, I have Barrett Claunch, Jr. out on the tackle. Tracked it down from behind. There was a hole ahead of him, but he never got there.
Ball's back to the 16-yard line.
So 2nd down and about 14. Sayre taking their time shuttling in that play. 7:33 to go in the first quarter. No score as of yet. Blue Devils blitz the middle. It comes to the right side. Blue Devils, had him in the backfield, and he breaks free. Couldn't quite pull him down. He was kind of a load. Well, we brought in a little guy, and the running back, he's probably about 40 pounds bigger than the defensive back that came in.
But what you got to love is the effort. You almost had him down before the line of scrimmage, and then our tackler fell off of him, but he was riding him and fell off of him, and then 2 more, and he gets down there to about the 8?
Yeah, 3rd and 5 for the Eagles, and that should have been in motion. Penalty out, and he threw the flag. The running back got into his motion before we're going to get a false start, and that's going to negate a score. Right. No, he's got a procedure penalty. That's what it is, an illegal procedure. So that's going to back him up another 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 10, and that will negate a touchdown, and which suits me just fine. Right. 6:51 to go in the first quarter, no score. Eagles on the move.
But what's interesting to me is your ends are in tight, your linemen are tight, you got all your backs right there tight. This is old-style offense.
That's exactly right, yeah. This is a lot of schools that aren't really big as far as size-wise. They run a lot of misdirection and a lot of old-school style veer offenses, and they just put a bunch of guys in front of you and push through and count on some misdirection. Everybody up front, there's the lead to the left, and he's got some room, and he's going to score. Yeah, touchdown, Sayre Eagles. It was a lead to the wide side of the field, and once he got the edge, there was nobody else back there. Yep. 6:44 to go in the first quarter, 6-0 Sayre. And if I remember correctly, did they kick the ball very much last year?
I think they did.
Let's see what they come up with.
Yeah. Number 5, Devin Moore, was your ball carrier for the Sayre Eagles. And they'll line up. They're going to go for the 2-point offense.
Yeah, 2-point conversion. Well, you just got 15 yards. You might as well be able to try for 3. And there's a quarterback. No, he handed it back to the inside on a misdirection trap. And ball came loose. I think they're going to mark him short. Both side judges come running in, and neither one of them have signaled. And the 2-point conversion is no good. You are listening to 106.9 FM, The Zone. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. That was an old 22 trap. I recognize that. went to the left. There's a 23 trap.
23 trap, okay.
Odds were the left side, evens were the right
Yeah.
side. Okay, we'll come back after this one.
We can stop one or two. They can stop themselves, and then when they go for it, we can't stop them.
We don't have much speed to the outside. Once they get to the outside, we're have a little trouble with that. All right, we're back. Both teams still in the huddle, elongated timeouts due to the heat, and just trying to for player safety and the officials. Those officials, they get.
They're taking 2 minutes between.
Yeah, they're taking 2 minutes instead of the normal 1 minute time frame between conversion and kickoff. So they're taking 2 minutes. So next time we'll run a couple of more commercials. 6:44 to go in the first quarter. Sayre Eagles lead this one 6-0. Blue Devils will get the ball back on offense. Last time moved it a few yards and then had to punt. We'll see what comes of our next go round. We've got several guys, a couple of tight ends that can catch a football, and the biggest difficulty we run across is, we didn't feed these kids enough biscuits and gravy when they were growing up. We got a few guys that lack a little bit of weight, and we've got a couple of fellas out there that pretty good size, but
Yeah, but when we had to meet the players, I thought, oh my goodness,
yeah,
where's our size guys?
Yeah.
Usually you'll have some guys a whole lot bigger than you or I are, and they're just not there. Right
just not what it is right now. All right, Blue Devils set to receive. Mr. Official has the football, and we'll probably see another straight line drive kick because he's just a punch kicker. He's straightforward with it.
Yeah, because we got to watch them warming up down here on the west end of the field, going that direction, and some of them were good and some of them were better. So
Some of them were a knuckleball, and just kind of how it is when you're a punch kicker. Blue Devils set to receive. Matter of fact, the running backs have moved up, return men have moved up to about the 15-yard line. And here we go. He's going to step it off a little bit. He's only got about a 5-yard approach. Well, he's still backing up. He's got
Backing
about,
up.
yeah.
to the 33,
Yeah.
so about a 7-yard approach.
All right, and here it comes. Better kick than last time. Received by the Blue Devils at the 15. Heads over to the right side and tripped up at about the 27. That's what it looks like to me. Let's see what the side judge on this side, where he ends up. Looks
Nice high kick, too. It looked good. It's pretty high. Had give him a little more time to think about it, and I think that gave the defense a chance to get down there to slow him down. And he's inside the 25.
Yeah, they're saying his knee hit first when I was looking at where he ended up bouncing to.
Yeah, he bounced real well.
Yeah, he bounced pretty good ahead. And that's what you want to be. If you're going to go down going forward.
Yeah.
Blue Devils in a tight formation, one wide to the right, three in the backfield with Rivera. Snap receiver, Rivera keeps it and just plows right up the middle. Blue Devils pushing forward, and Eagles stack it up after about a 2.5. Looks like call it a skinny 3. I'm being optimistic. About a 3-yard gain.
I'll take that anytime.
Yeah, 3 yards in a cloud of dust will get you. Will get you there.
It's finding an opening and getting way on down the field now. So.
Yeah,
But the field looks is in great shape. I mean, as warm and dry as it's been the last few weeks, but it's green. The lines are marked. Good-looking field. Good-looking evening for football.
Yeah. 2 wide to the left, 1 wide right for the Blue Devils. Single setback in the gun with Rivera looking to throw, and he pulls it down and runs. He breaks a tackle, but doesn't get all the way down. And that'll bring up, after a nice gain, about a 4-yard gain, bring up about third, and we'll call it a fat 3, about 3.5, maybe 4 yards.
Yeah, I didn't see him throwing a lot in practice and warm-ups and stuff, but knowing Rivera, he's got good speed. If he can find an opening, if they bite on the throw, then he can get on up the field. So he got across the 30 to, the 31?
Yeah, I think that was a quarterback draw all the way. They had everybody outside the box. 2 men in the gun with Rivera. Hand off to the second man through, drug down right about the 30. We'll call it the 33. He's between the 33 and the 34, and it's going to bring up 4th and short for the Blue Devils. 4th and Man, that looks like a solid 1.
Yeah, solid 1.
So I bet you will see us either try to draw them off sides or just, snap the ball. And if the ball's set by the officials, snap the ball. Don't wait on them. There we go.
Nobody back and thinking they're going to punt. So, but the officials are taking the time clearing the field. So
Yeah, so it's 4th and 1 is what it is.
we're going for it.
Yeah, we're lined up to go for it. Rivera in the gun with 3 backs right behind him. And there is the snap, and here he comes, and it's stacked up in the backfield. They got penetration, and it looks like the Eagles held.
We're not going to get across the 35. And
No, couldn't. Snap was a little bit slow getting back, and Eagles got penetration and stopped the run. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Eagles on the Blue Devil 33 on the Blue Devil side of the field.
how much time's left?
4:36 to go in the first quarter. Eagles lead this one 6-0.
That was a good effort, good try. I mean, you got to be gutsy and try it because, we got 1 or 2 good runs, and like I said, it had the snap been where you needed it, but I'm sure the Eagles stepped up and got over the middle so they could stop anything. So.
And Rivera's, he's a load. He's over 200 pounds carrying the football. Going to be a lead right. This looks like the old USC offense to me, and there's a holding coming. Looks like the old USC student body left, student body right is what it looks like to me. But it's effective, and they run it well. They're executing their plays. You just got a couple of guys making holds here. And if that's going to be a hold, again, spot foul. It's going to back them up. Looks like the penalty was committed around the 32-yard line. It'll back them up 10 yards from that point. And that's exactly what it is. He's putting them on the 42. It'll be 1st and looks like about 18.
Well, I'd rather see them backing up that way than going forward.
You know what? That's a full 20. So they marked them from the original line of scrimmage, 1st and 20, 1st and 19. And here we go. There comes a fake, and he's looking down the middle. It's well covered, and he got behind him. Oh, wait, did he get out of bounds? Out of bounds.
Yeah.
Let him too far out of bounds. It was well covered by 2 guys. He got a little bit behind him, and it was a pretty good throw. He just let him out of bounds. Be 2nd down and 20. You'll see that play later on.
You bet.
As it worked, because if the double coverage goes to the outside, the tight end down the middle is wide open. Well, the tight end was covered.
And I guarantee the Sayre field is more level than the Cordell field. The Cordell field has a little arch to it.
There is some truth to that.
And there's a little slope on either side here.
Yeah, you can easily get led out of bounds just because of the slope. Same formation, quarterback under center, fullback right behind him, fake to the right, rolling to his left, throwing over his shoulder, and off his fingertips. Ball was there. Would have been a tough catch, but it was catchable.
We saw that in warm-ups quite a bit on both sides here.
Yeah,
so.
Warm-ups. Back in the day of the Raiders, Lester Haynes would have had stick 'em on his hands, and he'd have caught that. But in these days you can't do that anymore. 4:11 to go in the first quarter. Sayre leads this one 6-0. 3rd and 20 for them after a holding penalty on 1st down. Blue Devils have 4 down, faking the run again, passing over the middle, and that ball wasn't in the same zip code as the receiver.
No.
Had 3 passes right in a row, 3 incompletions right in a row. They're coming out to punt. I don't know that they will. I think they faked us out a couple of times last year. We'll see if we can keep them honest with a punt. 4:07 to go in the first quarter. That was the fastest possession Sayers had to deal with. Quarterback is under center, and now they change formations.
They've had the ball 30 seconds.
Yeah. There's the snap. And the kick is away. A squib kick. And it rolls down to about the 5. Yep. That's a 4.5, 5-yard line. You're listening to 106.9 FM The Zone. You can also find us on Facebook at 107.com. And you can find us at oksports.tv for your viewing pleasure. We'll be right back.
How much time is there?
3:55. 3:55. Okay, there's a defensive stand.
It just causes the quarterback overthrew him. So.
You'll see that play again.
Yeah.
As he was open.
Because they were wide open.
Well, basically, they ran the same play 3 times three different receivers.
Left, right, and down the middle.
He should have gone down the middle on the first one, but he had double coverage on the outside.
And he was wide open.
Yeah.
He was wide open.
That was the one thing we did wrong. I mean, wrong during the scrimmage. Our D-backs didn't have a good eye discipline. They were looking in the backfield to lose the receivers. The good thing is that Sayre is not a good passing team.
It's early in the season and they're learning. Going to learn the hard way. So.
Okay, we'll come back into this one. All right, we're coming back. Both teams breaking the huddle, having a little bit of elongated timeouts between possessions, trying to keep everybody healthy and hydrated. Blue Devils make a defensive stand, received the ball bounced around the 10-yard line or 15 on the punt and had a good Sayre Eagle roll. Blue Devils have the ball, the nose of the ball on their own 5-yard line, 4-yard line, way down yonder in the pawpaw patch. I'm going to send two out to the wide. Wide right, two wide left. No, he ran off the field. So you got two wide to the right, one wide left. Rivera taking the snap, motion to the left. Good snap. And he got stacked up in the backfield. Now they're going to mark his progress on this side of the goal line. His body ended up in the end zone. It's very nearly a safety. It's going to be second down and about 14.
I guarantee that's what Sarah's pushing for. You got a chance to put them in the end zone, back them up, and get 2 points out of the deal. So,
you get 2 points and the football.
Right.
You know, it's a double whammy.
So if you can stop them now, you got great field position. I don't care who you are. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Blue Devils trail this one with 3:49. I'm not sure why the clock stopped. Really don't, because that was a run play. Okay, there we go. We got her going again. One wide to the left, everybody in the middle. Looking for a way out, and we got a whistle. I don't know exactly what's going on. Did we get a timeout? No. Dead ball foul. Offsides against the Eagles. So that's going to give them a little bit of breathing room, give them second down and 10 and maybe 9. All depends on where the spot is. We get back across the 5, so it's going to be second down, and we're going to call her 9.
Yeah, they're out about the 7-yard line, I think.
Yeah, 3:42 to go in the first quarter. Blue Devils trail this one 6-0 with 95 yards to go for pay dirt. One wide to the left, 3 backs in the backfield with Rivera. And we have another. It looks like we have another offsides unless we move. Dead ball foul. Offsides against the Eagles. Going to bring up second down and 5.
One of your on the left side over there. And anticipated the snap count and came across the line. If you don't cross the line, you're okay. But he crossed the line and he a little bit deep and called for it. So.
Yeah, in college, I believe, you can get back across.
Right.
And pros, you can get back. High school, once they get across the line of scrimmage, it's offside. Same formation. Rivera takes the snap, looking for a place up the middle, and he finds nothing. It's going to be third down and about 6. I think he lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, from the 11 back to the 10. So, but that line of scrimmage had been the one.
About the half-yard line.
2 penalties got us out to the 10-yard line now. So
I would be willing to bet you see us go on 2 to see if we can get that cheap first down, which makes sense to me. If you're not moving the line, you got to
whatever you do something. Do not move and do not snap the ball. So see if they'll come across. So.
All right, here we go. Unbalanced to the right. Oh, man, the guy they just moved to the right jumped off sides.
He flexed.
He flexed.
Yeah. He said, I'm the motion man. Let me get ready. Oh, am I ready or not? I'm not.
Yeah, he was ready to try to get him a good block in there, get ahead of the defense, and got a little too ahead of the defense. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. 6-0. Eagles lead this one, winding the clock back to second and 9. No, wait, is that third and 9? Third and 9. See what we can do from here. We've moved it from the 4 to the 5 on penalties. We were up to the about the 10, and then one of our guys jumped after the Eagles jumped a couple of times. And everybody just kind of standing around looking at each other. Nobody, what do they got? They're going to do an official timeout. I think that's what they're going to do. They're getting a timeout on the field. You are listening to 106.9 FM. If you want to watch this game, it's the Timeout Blue Devil. You want to watch this game, you can find us on oksports.tv. And you can also find us on Facebook at 107 The Zone. We'll be right back. Who are these two kids right here? They're walking right in front of us. That's 50, 45.
Oh,
Are they guys who are going to play and just aren't playing? Or
no. It looks like Caden Rivera's brother, Colby, maybe?
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
No, he's in Jeans. I don't know who that is. It might be one of the coaches' old kids.
I see.
Who's gonna be coming in. May not be cold in here.
Only for about 4 games, and then we got to turn the heat on.
So how long's halftime gonna be now then?
20 minutes.
20 minutes instead of 15 or?
Yeah.
Can't see anything over there.
They traveled well.
Yeah.
All right, he's getting ready to come up out of the huddle. I'm going to hit him. Blue Devils have the football 3rd and 9 from their own 5-yard line. There's the snap. Looking to pass. Steps up into the pocket and escapes the pressure momentarily. There's going to be a loss on the play. Eagles brought pressure off the right side, flushing Caden Rivera up into the pocket. And we have a Blue Devil player down and have a timeout on the field by the official. We will be right back. You're listening to 106.9 FM, The Zone. Could be. Oh, they're stretching them out. Yeah, they're stretching them out. That's all that is.
Well, it's back up about the 3 now. So.
For Rivera being out, that would be not good.
All right, we're back here. They're stretching the player out. Our commercials didn't keep running, so we're back on track here. A couple of good things. Did you want to wait on halftime? Or do you want to talk about the pie auction?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you were the guy running the show over there. Hey, we're looking here at 2:06 to go in the first quarter. Blue Devils trail this one 6-0. Now, with an official timeout and him being on the ground, he has to come out of the game unless we are charged a timeout. Now, would they charge us with a timeout, I think he can stay in. But if it's an official timeout, he has to exit the field for at least one play. And is that Rivera walking off the field? It looked like he had cramped up. And the difficult thing there is it is 4th and 11, and he's the punter.
He's got a punt too.
Wasn't he punting the last go around? Okay, so let's see what we practiced here as far as backup goes. Well, the guy, young, huh? Well, the guy looks comfortable. The guy's going to take the snap to punt. Looks comfortable to do so. So evidently they practiced it.
As long as you don't snap it over the field, the goalpost.
As long as you don't go through the uprights, it's okay.
And I laugh, but we've seen that happen before
a few years ago in
quick
kick. Quick kick. There he is. A good Blue Devil bounce. All right, back to the 45. And he breaks coverage. He's off to the 40, out to the 30, bounce to the outside, brought down about the 28-yard line of the Blue Devils, 29-yard line of the Blue Devils. Eagles will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Cordell 29. A few years ago back in Moreland, after 1:54 to go in the first quarter, a few years ago back in Moreland, after about the 13th train went by, the first points of the game were scored by Moreland off a snap that sailed through the uprights, and home field advantage, I guess.
Yeah,
Sayre comes out.
That 13 trains was in the first half.
Yeah, first half. Quarterback under center. student body to the right. He cuts it back over the middle, and good grab by the linebacker. Or he'd have hit his head on the goalpost.
Yeah.
So after a good run, though, the linebacker was able to get a hand on him and lasso him down. Be second down and 4 for the Eagles. And again, if you can't see this on oksports.tv or Facebook 107 The Zone, if you can't see it, just imagine OU and OSU back in the 1950s. It's the same offense. Quarterback keeper to the left. He's got to throw. He's under pressure. Breaks the pocket and pulls up out of bounds instead of taking the hit. Smart move.
Right.
Smart move. If you don't have to take the abuse, don't take it. He was rolling to throw, and he got pressure and broke contain. That's about a 10-yard gain to the outside. It looks like they are going to spot the ball.
They moving the chain, so he's down to the 12.
Yeah, he's down to the 12. So they still got. He can still get a first down. Yeah, he can still get a first. No, they're putting.
No,
they're
moved
putting
the chains.
Yeah,
They
yeah, dropping the chains.
Yeah, move the chains.
So he's inside the 10.
Okay.
Right then. First and goal for the Eagles. 1 minute left in the first quarter and counting. And we got a handoff. Yeah, they're going to come back with that one. Side judge blew it dead. The whole right side of the line jumped. he could have had his choice right there. He could have named about 4 numbers.
You can see. I can see movement quite often, and I'm going, well, why is nobody else moving? But that's just they're anticipating the snap.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're when you get that close to the goal line, you get a little itchy.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to do.
Yeah,
so.
really easy to do. And here we are in this veer formation again. And there's the fake snap. They were trying to get that 5 yards back cheap, and the guy on the far side gave it to him.
Yeah, we had a linebacker coming up full speed and stopped. He might not have got across. He might have got across the line. He came that close.
Yeah, so that'll be half the distance to the goal. So they only get 2.5 yards of that back. Inside the 20s, half the distance. 44 seconds to go in the first quarter. Blue Devils have got a defensive stop so far this game, a forced punt. Offense is always behind early in the year. No matter which team you're playing, your offensive execution is behind. And here we go. We got first and goal. There's the fake snap, and there's the inside handoff. Now he's pitching. He's trying to get to the edge and gets there. It'll be a touchdown, Sayre Eagles.
How much time?
20 seconds to go in the first quarter. 12-0 Eagles, and you imagine we will see that 2-point conversion attempt again. When you stack everybody inside like that to match up the size differential, you leave your edges vulnerable, and it's just what it is.
And their running back is a big boy. He's good size.
He's good size and has pretty decent speed. There we go. 2-point conversion sets a man in motion. Handed off right to the inside. Nobody saw him coming. So that'll be 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Sayre Eagles take a 14-0 lead. You are listening to 106.9 FM. You can find us on oksports.tv. You can also find us on Facebook at 107 The Zone. We'll be right back.
They had a good run to the outside, so we're going to go for the outside and cakewalk up the middle then. So.
Looking for the exact address. Facebook for us. Find it, you gotta be able to negotiate the path. All right, we're back. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Blue Devils will be receiving the kickoff. Sayre started with a short field at around the 28-yard line. Took them a little bit to get there. Blue Devils playing solidly, but were a little vulnerable on the edge. Running back for Sayre has decent speed and pretty strong out there. Hendershot. I told you we'd be hearing his name more than once.
Yeah.
Blue Devils set to receive. Offensively, haven't been able to manufacture a first down. Defensively, have played fairly solid except those edge plays. Both touchdowns, one coming off the right end and the other one coming off the left end. Good kick. Down to about the 15, fielded by the Blue Devils, looking for a lane to the outside. Tripped up, but kept his feet, and then brought down about the 28 or 29-yard line. Blue Devil first down from there. Where are we coming off? Let's see, I'm just trying to make sure I've got my spot right. It looks like the 28 to me. It's in the one little patch there that on the far side of the field.
Yeah, you have to go by where the officials stand out here, and he's 2 yards shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, so the line judge on the far side here, the side judge rather, on the far side here is backed up to the 28. Blue Devils come out 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left, 2 backs in the gun with Rivera. And handoff up the middle. It's kind of stacked up. I think he lumbered for a yard or 2.
Yeah, he made a good stutter step, kind of took a step like he's handing it off and then followed his blockers and went up the middle.
He went further than we thought. I'm looking at the down marker over there. He got a solid fat 2 out of that.
Yeah, he's at the 30-yard line.
And it looks like we're going to take a timeout. End of the quarter. Blue Devils trail this one early, 14-0. You're listening to 106.9 FM. The Zone.
Facebook?
That's right. It is Facebook.com/107 The Zone. All right, coming back here, very beginning of the second quarter. Blue Devils trail this one 14-0. Eagles scored just at the end of the first quarter. Got a handoff sweeping to the left. Good cut up the middle and then run back. Falls ahead and drops the football. It is scooped up by the Eagles. It was a good run, and then he coughed it up. See if he can pull him down. And he's tracked down about the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles. He had about a 7-yard run under his belt and was trying to get the extra yard on the second effort and just coughed up the football. 11:47 to go in the first quarter. Our first turnover of the ball game, actually of the whole season. 11:47 to go. Sayre up 14-0 and are already knocking at the door. Spotted right on the 5-yard line on the far side of the field. That was a good-looking run up until the ball came squirting out.
Yeah. That's good defense by Sayre,
Yeah.
but they took advantage of your mistakes, and you're going to have some early in the season and look good until we didn't. So.
Pitch to the left. He cuts back up the middle. Blue Devils did good pursuing outside, and the running back cut it back up to the inside, and I think he got down to about the 1. They're marking him just short of the goal line, and I imagine they're going to give him the ball again just for the sake of getting him in the end zone.
Yeah. just to say, well, you got us
Yeah,
this far,
yeah.
take it again and see what happens here.
They backed him up to about the 2.5. Which he must have had a knee or an elbow go down because he looked like he got further. Kind of misdirection, come back with that trap, and he just steps inside of a tackle. Touchdown, Sayre.
Roll right, handoff left, and it's in the end zone.
I was telling Dudley at that commercial break, that play right there looks like an old 23 trap we used to run when I was a kid. And same style of offense. 11:42 to go in the first quarter. Eagles up
20-0.
Yeah, 20-0. They've got 20. Did they go for 2? They haven't gone for 2 yet, have they?
Not yet.
Well, I mean, they've already scored it. Don't know what's going on there, fellas.
They can't add. That's okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so we got a timeout on the field. Blue Devils. And you can look at the size of the huddles here. Blue Devils, we suited up 19 guys. Well, we have 19 guys. We suited up 18. And size of the huddle makes a whole lot of difference, and I think Sayre brought 30-something kids.
Right.
Did we miss the 2-point conversion?
They didn't get the 2-point conversion the first time, but
No, I'm saying, did we miss the entire play? Because I don't remember watching the 2-point conversion.
they didn't run a 2-point conversion. They gave it. They've already given it to them.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
Oh,
then.
unless they got in when you said he didn't get
yeah,
in.
that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
So we never saw a touchdown signal, so that makes
Right,
sense. That makes
okay.
more sense. We never saw a signal from any official on the field for a touchdown. So that play scored, and then what they just ran from the 2.5 or the 3-yard line would have been the 2-point conversion.
Okay.
That makes sense now.
Well, it's first game for everybody. So,
Yeah, we're knocking the rust off and wiping our glasses off here, Let's see here.
And the officials are going, why didn't we wear shorts today? We could have worn shorts today.
Yeah, no kidding. This is week 0 of the football season. That's kind of an odd thing. Used to back in the day, everybody started together, and now there's some changes. And so week 0, we're here at Sayre. On the first, we have Merritt at home. And then we have Burns Flat on the 8th, and then the 15th there's a bye week. Homecoming is the 22nd with Empire, 29th against Carnegie, the 6th of October against Apache, the 12th against Hobart. These last few are district games. Straight line kickoff, better kick than he's had all night. Fielded at about the 10 and dropped. He's trying to find the lane. Does so. I think he wanted to go down on that first one when he got hit around the ankle, and then he took 2 helmets to the middle of the chest.
Yeah, but he got across the 15 to about the 17 is
Looks
what
like
they're going to give him.
Looks like they're going to give him 17. The 20th of October, we have Mangum. 27th on senior night, we will have Snyder. And on the 3rd of November, Walters coming up. Let's see if Blue Devils can continue. They had 2 good, solid plays from scrimmage last drive before the fumble. 11:35 to go in the half. Blue Devil football on their own 17. 1 wide to the right, 3 backs. Looking to throws, and 2 guys were not on the same sheet of music. Rivera was throwing the seam, and the tight end was running a stop, it looked like, as he stopped.
Down and in, and little button hook right there, and came down, and it was over the defender and over the receiver. So.
Well, ball falls harmlessly to the ground. 2nd and 10, Blue Devil football. 11:30 to go in the half. Blue Devils trail this one 22-0. 2 backs in the backfield with Rivera. Offset to the left is another back, 1 wide right. Sayre just shooting the gaps there, bringing more guys than you can block. Now bring up 3rd down and long. It looks like he lost a couple of yards on that play.
Yeah, if you're a lineman, you can't block left and right at the same time.
Yeah.
You go one side or the other, but you're not doing both of them.
Yeah. Off come one of the hog mollies. That's one of the bigger kids coming off the field. I didn't see anybody go in and replace him. Let's see here. So it'll be 3rd down, and it looks like 12, a solid 12, from the Blue Devil 14.5-yard line. Rivera in the gun. Hands off, and he found through the first wave of defenders, didn't make it through the second wave of defenders. Another loss on the play will bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils. 4th and looks like a solid 15. And so they're they're on the 11, backed up to the 11. 4th down and 15 from the Blue Devil 11. 10:26 to go in the half. Blue Devils trail this one 22-0. Number 2 come for the Sayre Eagles comes out to field the punt, and he is Jaden Mosser. Good snap. Nice kick. End over end, fielded at about the 43 and fumbled, but he quickly scoops it back up, and there's going to be a hold on the play.
He just tackled him.
Yeah. Gave him a big old bear hug. He took him to the ground. Now he's looking like, what? He's talking to the official like, what did I do?
I was just going to stop him, and I stopped him to the ground. So.
It was a good run back, but one of the reasons why it was a good run back is one of the Sayre Eagles just got 2 handfuls of jersey and took a Blue Devil to the ground, and you're not supposed to do that when you're blocking.
Tackle a defender. It's tackle football. Can't we tackle everywhere?
Yeah. They're going to back them up. Let's see how far they back them up. I think that's a spot foul also.
Yeah, because they're coming out here talking about it. And
so it's going to back up from the 35 or 36.
Yeah, from the 36. He's going to mark him off 10 yards there. So that'll go back to near where he fielded the football originally at.
Yeah, a little bit, just a hair further back. And so the Eagles will start their possession on the Blue Devil 46-yard line. 9:54 to go in the half. Eagles up on this one 22-0. Blue Devils have had a difficult time moving the ball on offense and had one good drive in a turnover. Eagles snap the ball, fake the handoff, looking right down the middle, and there he is, and no, he dropped it. Worst place you can hit a kid is right in the hands.
Right in the hands. And then if you don't get up and pound the ground and leave the ball on the ground, if you say, no, I trapped it and caught it and held it to my chest, but then you start pounding the ground, everybody knows that you missed it.
Everybody knows then, yeah. Yeah, worst place you can hit a kid with a football is right between the hands and right in the numbers.
Right.
Make him make a circus catch, and he'll come down with a one-handed catch and a tiptoe inbounds, but you hit him right in the numbers.
And before the ball game, when we was warming up, we were laughing at one of the kids. He was looking right at it, and it hit him in the helmet.
Yeah.
So it was a catchable ball, but if you don't catch it, everybody sees it. So.
Yeah, that's going to be offsides on the Blue Devils.
Yeah. Jumped a little soon, but had a good jump. I liked the jump, but it was before the ball snapped.
Well, there was a reason he was going to make that tackle. He was a yard in the backfield when everybody was still in their stance. So 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles after the mark off of the offsides.
Down to the 41-yard line is where Sayre will have the offense from. Got a good crowd from Sayre, made the trip over tonight. Good crowd from Cordell here came. They got to go to the fair and have a meal first and then come down here. So
pitch wide left, and he's out of bounds, guys.
he didn't act like he's out of bounds.
Well, he was standing out of bounds, and I'm surprised the coaches, because he got pinned up there on the sideline, but he was standing out of bounds. But they gave him that extra 3 yards. Again, early in the season for everybody. It looks like the 20, what are we going to call it, 28, 29?
28 and a half, yeah.
He's just going to split the middle on us, isn't he? Oh, he gave us the 29.
Touch it to 29.
Right. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles on the Blue Devil. 29, 9:40 to go in the first half. Eagles lead this one 22-0. And again, watching the Sayre Eagles is like watching old school veer offenses, and there's a penalty. It's either going to be off false start or offside. Let's see what we're going to get here. I'm looking at the side judge and Mr. Official here. They're going to dead ball offside.
On Cordell.
Give up
5 free yards right there.
Give up a cheap 5 yards. Be 1st and 5 for the Eagles. 9:28 to go in the first half. It'll be an elongated halftime as well, trying to keep everybody safe.
Yeah, because normally we run 15-minute halves. They're going to run 20-minute halves today, so you can give a little more water break, a little more rest, and it's beneficial for everybody.
That's having to run around.
Yeah.
He's going to pitch this. He fakes it, and he's going to under flats, completely uncovered out there. Rumbles down to the looks like about the 5 or 6 yard line, maybe the 7. Just a little toss. He had an option of 2 wide open receivers. He chose the one just a little further down the field. And it'll be first and goal from the 6 for the Eagles. After they get the down marker spotted, the clock will begin to run again. 9:05 to go in the half. Blue Devils defense, we've been on defense more than we've been on offense. Blue Devils defense has been steady. Haven't given up anything big, but they fought the battle of field position and just not winning that one. Pitch to the left, cut back up the middle. Looks like he scored to me. Touchdown, Eagles. That'll be 28-0 for the Eagles, lining up for the 2-point conversion now. I'm sitting here just listening to the PA guy just say he scored about 5 seconds ago.
I never could see an official signal. Finally, the official under the goalpost signaled it, but I was watching. I could see 3 of them, but I couldn't see the other ones, and the signal finally came from the other side.
So let's see how the 2-point conversion goes. 28-0, 8:44 to go in the half. And here's the snap. Hands it back off to the inside. Ran that play again.
Motion right, comes back left.
Yep,
easy score.
Yep, they're just the inside handoff. So with 8:44 to go in the half, Blue Devils trail this one 30-0. You're listening to 107.9 FM. You can find us on oksports.tv and at facebook.com/107 The Zone. We'll be right back. Haven't stopped that yet. Inside handoff.
Just shy of 9 minutes. Down by 30 before halftime.
Well, you see good pursuit and stuff, but then when they miss their goal, they're stopping.
And oddly enough, they look better than they did this time last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the score doesn't look much better, but that first quarter they played.
Well, I mean, yeah, they good defense. They just get through the gaps and not get their head in the game. Kind of, Offense, we're not the strongest.
Uh-oh. Look at the mascot up in the air.
No. And we're back. Blue Devils trailing this one. 8:44 to go in the half. Stepping back to receive the kick. I'm trying to, because we got dark blue pants, we got dark blue jerseys, we got dark blue numbers. I can tell number 12 because he's right in front of me. But the other 2 guys, they're turned to the side of me and can't quite pick them up.
If they're in an angle, you can't read the numbers. So.
Just kind of what it is.
But you got your receivers back deep on the 15-yard line. Your next lineup is on the 25, and then some on the 35. And then
His
your line
last kick, they fielded it beyond the 10-yard line. It was his best kick of the night.
Yeah. Well, he's getting good practice here tonight.
He's gotten good warmed up, hasn't he?
Good warm-up and everything, so he get a little on-the-field experience and opportunities. So
Blue Devils suited up 18, had 19 on the roster, suited up 18. Sayre suited up about 34. And here we go with the kick. He's got his steps marked off, and he's making sure his guys are ready. And here we go. Line drive kick. Straight to the receiver. Crosses the 20, 25. Comes around the 30. Found him a little seam off the left side. And the ball came loose, but I think he was down. And let's see what the Mr. Official says. I think it stayed with us.
They're getting the Cordell ball out.
Because, when he hit the ground, the ball popped out, and the ground cannot cause a fumble. Let's see here. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from their own 33. That's what we'll call her, 33. Now I'm sitting here looking at Sayre's fans on the other side. There's more of them on the east side of the press box than the other side. Early in the game, that's where you hide from. That's where you hide in the shade from the sun. Blue Devils 2.
I tell you, this is our best field position.
Yeah, 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left. 2 backs in the gun with Rivera. It looks like a quarterback draw all the way, and I think we had a little confusion there actually.
He stepped back and then decided
Yeah.
I better go for it. So he got back maybe to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're going to give him. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, and that might have been a little bit generous.
Yeah. I'll take it, though. So,
Yeah. So
yeah,
second.
because his little step back, like
Yeah.
he could have handed it off and then said, nope, I got to go with it. My hander offer's not here. So.
yeah. Second and 10 for the Blue Devils. One comes wide to the right, one wide left, slot left. Two running backs in the gun, offsetting Rivera. There's the snap, and it's quarterback draw all the way. He's going to get to about the line of scrimmage, and that is just about it. 7:45 to go in the half. And it is 3rd and 10. Blue Devils trail this one 30-0. And they might have given them a fat football. We'll see.
There's a little
Yeah.
air out of the football and
Yeah.
deflated it a little bit. So.
It's 3rd and 10. Mr. White having a conversation with the huddle for some reason. Sayre Eagles switching out players. One wide to the right, one wide left, slot left. Rivera in the gun with two setbacks, and we're going to
Too
get a
much
false
time.
start.
Too much
Too
time.
much time.
Yep. Get a
Delay
delay
of
game.
game.
Didn't get the snap off in time. Like I said, you was talking to him in the huddle,
Yeah.
and
He
then I was
he
watching
actually
the play
slowed him
clock.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
He actually slowed him down.
So that slowed him down a second.
So,
Backs him up 5.
Yeah, 3rd and 15. Probably won't change the play call. One wide right, one wide left. We got slot left, two running backs in the gun with Rivera. Rivera rolling, trying to find it. No, that's not Rivera. He handed it off. And he gets a couple of yards on the play, got past the first two tacklers and found two more.
Got out to the 30-yard line anyway.
Yeah, so it'll be 6:45 to go in the half. Blue Devils will be kicking the football. Kind of need a little bit of a break here. You need this guy to cough up the football or, get a penalty or something. You need a little bit of something to swing the momentum. Back to punt. Sayre back to receive at about their own 45. Little pressure that time. He feels it at the 45, falls on his knees, and it is 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their own 44-yard line. 6:16 to go in the half, and they're coming straight to the line of scrimmage, so we'll stay right here. Haven't seen, other than earlier in the game, haven't seen anybody cramp up and have to be assisted, so that's a good thing. Changing the start time from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock was a 6-degree difference. Now, that doesn't make a big difference for us guys up here in the booth. It makes a big difference for those guys in helmets and shoulder pads and running everywhere. And by the end of the game, it'll be a 15-degree difference. They'll be playing in 15 degrees cooler, so that's beneficial to the boys, so I'm all for it. Fake the handoff, looking for this pass down the middle again. He's looking to the outside, gets flushed, throws underneath and caught. Defense was there. It's just a good throw. Levin weaves his way down to about the 24-yard line. Yeah, the defense was there, just a better throw.
Yeah, I had plenty of time to let us scatter out. The defense got dropped off him and started pursuing the quarterback because the quarterback was in motion and thought, well, maybe we got a shot. It gave the quarterback a better shot at his receiver and got a nice 20-yard gain out of it. So
1st and 10, Eagles from their 23. Eagles coming out in the same formation they've been in all night. Motion to the right, fakes the handoff to the inside, ran that same play they just scored on, ran the underneath route. And I think he rumbled down into the end zone. That was completely wide open, just like it was last time. They scored. I think it's going to be 36. I think did they spot him short or did they get him in the end zone?
Well, he knocked over
they scored him,
the end zone marker.
Yeah.
He knocked that over, so he's in for the touchdown.
5:39 to go in the half. This one is 36-0. Looking at the 2-point conversion. Okay, they've run the last two 2-point conversions. As a matter of fact, the last 3 2-point conversions. They ran the same play.
Yeah.
Let's
Motion
see.
right, run back left.
Run back to the left. Let's see how it goes this time. And the whole right side of their line moved. And so it'll back it up 5 yards. So
what's a few more yards?
Yeah, 2-point conversion. 5:39 to go in the half. Big C in the middle of the field looks good.
Yep. Like I said, the field's in good shape. I came by the other day and there was watering and
My
stuff.
wife and I, we walk out here, and about half the time we saw the coaches out here working on the field this summer, trying to make sure sprinklers were working and things like that.
Well, you got such a nice track and everything.
Oh,
It's a good
yeah.
place to walk in the evening. So.
Oh, yeah. All right, 2-point conversion from about the 8.5-yard line. Sends him in motion. Rolling. He's going to have a man open in the back of the end zone, but he's got pressure on him, so he couldn't throw it. Ball incomplete, out of bounds. The receiver came open right about the time we got pressure on him. Caused an errant throw. 5:39 to go in the half. Blue Devils trailing this one 36-0. You're listening to 107 The Zone. You can find us on oksports.tv. You can also find us on facebook.com/107 The Zone. We'll be right back. That was about to be an easy 2-point conversion. We got pressure on him.
Yeah. Don't gonna make it any worse.
The good thing is we will have a running clock.
Second
After halftime or what?
Second half.
What are they up by 40?
No, there's no rule.
Whatever
It's just
the
a-
coaches agree to.
Now in like 8-man, there it's what is it 45
45,
after
3,
45, yeah.
We almost won 8 men this year.
Well, they tried to last year and missed it by a 2-day cutoff. So we could have or should have, but
It was up in the air for a while whether we were going to or not.
I like
They
6.
were worried about not being able to make it to playoffs.
Yeah.
right.
All right, we're back. Sayre set to kick off, bringing you a couple of other scores from around Class A football. You have Crescent 28, Moreland 0, Walters 43, Kanawha 8, Sarcoxie, you don't hear from them very often, 14, Commerce 7, Fairview 42, number 1 Fairview 42, Hobart 0. That's a whooping you don't often see in Hobart. Let's see here. Oh, stop it. My phone acting up here. Trying to get a few scores in here. I have hit back. There we go. All right. Kellyville getting smoked by Hominy 54-0. Sunray 35, Hooker 15. Carnegie trailing Texhoma 18-0. Rejoice Christian 49, Cashin 0. Hilton and Mangum up 34-0. Hinton and Merritt, Hinton 27, Merritt 19. District opponent getting smoked by Caddo. Snyder is losing 52-6. Thomas and Watanga in a battle, 13-6. Thomas is up on that one. Dibble and Minko up 14-10. Christian Heritage Academy and OCS are tied at 0.
They got Sayre for motion or offsides because the line was jumping back and forth, and the official called them, back them up 5 yards for doing it. So.
Yeah, so all right. All right, who else do we have here? Okay, we already have those scores. Pecola and Heavener went at it yesterday. Heavener winning that one 33-32.
Hey, that would have been a close game. So.
Now, here we go. We got the penalty. He's kicking off from the 35 now.
But you had 2 of them jumping off sides on a kickoff, and that doesn't happen. So.
Yeah, and the thing is they won't let him get that momentum anymore until the kicker begins to move to slow down the violence of the collision. That's the whole point. Brings it out to the right, finds him a little seam and almost got away there. 15. That's Bartlett, if I'm correct.
Yes,
Bartlett. Good return up to about the 36, 37.
They're going to give him the 40.
Well, if they give him the
Where
40,
he
that
fell-
works for me.
fell forward.
Where he fell really forward.
Yeah, he's right at the
All
40.
right, best starting field position of the night for the Blue Devils. 5:33 to go in the half. Blue Devils trailing this one 36-0.
Yeah, well, that's good field position.
Yeah.
And that 5-yard penalty got us a
5
great,
more yards
yeah,
on the other end of it.
started at the 25 instead of the 15.
One wide to the left, one wide right. 2 setbacks in the gun with Rivera. Sayre shooting the gap. He finds a hole up the middle, sidesteps, moves up to the 40. We're going to call it 47-yard line. Good 7-yard gain, best gain of the night for the Blue Devils. Good tough run. It wasn't easy. He had to dodge a wave of tacklers and then break a couple more to fall forward. Second and a solid, we'll call it a solid 3.5. 3.5 yards there. Blue Devils moving the football. 5 minutes to go in the half. 2 wide to the left, 1 wide right. 2 setbacks in the gun with Rivera, and the ball's on the ground. Rivera covers it up.
Yep. Slipped through his hands, and he wisely went down on top of it, no problem. Pulls them back to about the 42. So.
It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Blue Devils. We'll call it 8. It was 3rd down and 8 for the Blue Devils. See what we can get going here. Okay, we're changing the play call is what we're doing here.
It comes over to coach, that's what the play is. We're down to 17 on the play clock, so plenty of time there. So.
Yeah, plenty of time on the play clock here. See if we can get us a first down, move in the right direction. 4:20 to go in the first half. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left. Rivera looking to keep it all the way. Again, Sayre just shooting the gaps and taking away any options as far as running room goes. Bringing up 4th and long for the Blue Devils. 4th and 8. Looks like they gave him the line of scrimmage. And bring 4th down and long. Now, so you've got an opportunity here to back them up a little further than you have been. If you get the good punt, you can put them back between the 20 and the 30-yard line. Or back to punt.
Nobody's back.
Nobody's back.
No.
He's backing up now.
Finally starting to move back.
And they're trying to get some cheap yardage here.
Trying to let the play clock run down a little bit. There it is. No. Nope.
Why do we have a flag? Oh, it went down to 0. He went too long.
Delay a game.
Yeah.
Back them up 5 and punt it anyway. No problem.
All right. 3:27 to go in the half. Blue Devils trailing this one 36-0. Had a tough time on offense. A couple of good-looking runs, but then we negated it with a penalty. There comes some pressure. Straight line drive kick over his head. Gets a Blue Devil bounce down to the 20 to 15. And he's going to try to bounce it over here to this left side, and he's got a lane. Oh, he cuts it back. He's off to the right now. He's found him a lane up the other side, cuts it back again, and chased down finally at about the 49-yard line. That's what you call out-kicking your coverage. And you get a good kick, and it's a good, nice long kick, but what ends up happening is you create lanes in your coverage, and if the return man is shifty, like the little running back out there was, he can get you for a big return. And that's exactly what he did. 3:08 to go in the half. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. We'll be right back.
If they would just do better on offense and block their gaps, I mean, we'd have a pretty good shot.
All right, we're back. Blue Devils have been steady on defense. They're trailing this one. They've been in a battle with the short field position. The Eagles haven't had to go far to score. In fact, most of their scoring drives have been within the Blue Devil 40-yard line. So if you don't have far to go, you don't have many opportunities to make mistakes, and defense doesn't have a lot of opportunity to stop you. Eagles have the ball on their own 49, 3:08 to go in the half, and I will imagine they will methodically drag this one out. Pitch to the right, cuts back up. That's the first time we've seen that play. Reaching a little deeper into the playbook. Second down, and I'm going to give them. I thought he got a little further than that, but they're going to give him 6 on the play.
Yep.
It'll be second down and 4, 2:45 to go in the half. Like I said, they'll probably methodically ground this out, cross the goal line somewhere around the 45, 30-second mark. Blue Devils have been on the defensive side of the ball most of the ball game. Moving one to the right, hands off up the middle, and whiffed on a tackle right in the middle. Two Blue Devils meet up on the 28-yard line and hit each other. And running back kind of ducked under it as he went down, but two Blue Devils collided with each other, and someone's not feeling good. We're going to take a short break really quick, and you're listening to 106.9 FM, The Zone. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Blue Devil hobbling off the field. It looks like he took a. I saw the tackle, and two Blue Devils collided with each other over the top of the running back. And we got he's coming up off the field, and he's going to be attended to here at halftime. 2:22 to go in the half. Blue Devils on the wrong end of a 36-0 score.
He's coming off. He's going to be fine. So maybe seeing a few stars here on a cloudy night. So
yeah, he might be hearing the phone ring all night, but I think he's gonna. Looks like he's gonna be okay. Looks like I said, I saw the two defenders collide with each other over the top of the running back, and the running back himself delivered a pretty good blow. So thoughts and prayers with him as he recovers at halftime. Judging by protocol, if I saw one of the trainers carrying his helmet.
Yeah.
So he will probably be in concussion protocol, whether he has one or not.
He'll be done for the night.
He'll be done for the night.
Yeah.
Both teams sitting on their sidelines, getting ready to come back out. 1st and 10 Eagles, looks like from the Blue Devil 29. And let's see here. Yeah, it looks to me like the 29-yard line.
Yep.
And Blue Devils defenders trickling back trickling back on the field. I got 3 of the big boys out there trickling back on the field.
2:22 to go in this first half of play.
You know, for a game that's been virtually all running, this half has been been a little bit long.
Yeah, well, when you run everything, clock
Supposed to go faster.
Well, when you're getting first downs and stuff, you stop the
Yeah,
clock, move the chains, and stop the clock for this and that. And they've taken longer breaks and stuff, which is fine.
Yeah, of course. Excuse me. Yeah, for the safety of the players, they've been taking 2 minutes between change of possessions, official timeouts, so a little more clock stoppage. Eagles line up, quarterback under center, hands off to the inside 22 around. Well, he cut it back up. The Blue Devils put some good pursuit to the outside, and he cuts it all the way back to the left. And he will score with 2:11 to go in the half.
And you got to love it. The official called the touchdown, and the kid was still about the 10-yard line. He said, "There's nobody around him. Nobody's going to slow him down. It's just going to be a touchdown."
Yeah.
But the band's going to be out here and perform at halftime. We're going to have a little bit longer halftime.
20 minutes on the half.
And so we're going to have a little bit more when we get to half right here.
Now, they've been calling the band the Pride of Cordell for a long time, but last year they won just about every award they could possibly win. The Edge is doing a very good job with our band. 2-point conversion is pursued, sweeping to the left. Blue Devils cut it off to the outside. He didn't go down. He had him high. He's cutting back all the way to the right, and Big Boy's not going to be able to cut him off. But we have flags everywhere, and that's coming back. We're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct on number 50. Now, we got flags everywhere. That 2-point conversion won't count. And I'm surprised they didn't throw a horse collar penalty because he had him completely high. We got unsportsmanlike conduct. We got 2 flags here. Let's see what he's going to give us. Mr. White Hat, show us what we got. Okay, he's okay. What is he doing? Okay, well, against.
They offset.
No. One of the penalties was declined.
Okay.
The personal foul or the holding. I think they're only going to call it holding. They could have called it a personal foul because he was holding him down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just sitting on him.
Yeah. And
do they get to run a 2-point conversion over again and move them back?
Yeah, if it's a penalty, they move them because they scored. If they hadn't scored, you don't mess with it. It'd be on the kickoff. So they backed them up from the original line of scrimmage, 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Or just inside the 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they're setting the ball at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're on the 13 because 2-point conversion goes from the 3. That was a 10-yard penalty, so they're on the 13. We'll see what they come up with. Okay. He was hitting the backfield and wrapped up, but he was able to escape. Like I said, I'm surprised they didn't call a horse collar because he was all kinds of Yeah, that's going to be on Sayre.
Back him up 5 more yards?
Yeah, got 3 guys completely jumped off sides. There's going to be another 5 yards against them. 2:11 to go in the half, and we're trying to get through this last 2-point conversion. Blue Devils trailing 42-0. And let's see here. I doubt they changed the playing call. And here we go. Eagles lined up. Same formation. Quarterback under center. Running back directly behind him. Handoff. Fake handoff to the right side. And
Overthrows him.
quarterback did what he was supposed to do. Backup quarterback's in the game. Number 17. Backup quarterback's in the game. Receiver stopped his route. Quarterback threw a great ball right to him, but he stopped his route and the ball sailed over his head.
Had to reach up and couldn't quite reach it.
And no good. There was an ineligible man downfield. 2-point conversion, no good. 2:11 to go. Sayre will be kicking off. Blue Devils on the wrong end of this one, 42-0. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sayre preparing to kick off from their own 40. Blue Devils back to receive. Had a good return last go around, brought it in around the 40-yard line. Good starting field position in the last drive for the Blue Devils. Couldn't cash in on the good field position. Blue Devils set to receive. Just kind of waiting on Sayre. 2:11 to go in the half. Blue Devils trailing this one 42-0. Kicker getting his steps in. Here we go. He's been a punch kicker, and he's had some good kicks, and he's had some not as good kicks. Squib kick straight down the middle, fielded by the Blue Devils at the 15. Looking for a seam on the left side. Finds one, cuts back over the middle. Daggum ankle biters. He looked like he was going to be able to cut back from the middle for another 10 or 15 yards, and somebody got his shoelaces and held him up.
Got him out there at about the 32 or 33-yard line, so still a pretty good return.
Not a bad return at all. 2:02 to go in the half. See what the Blue Devils can do with the football here. I'm looking at the number here on the left.
They're looking at the 32-yard line.
Is Rivera on the sideline?
What's his number?
88.
Yeah, he's on top.
So Rivera's on the sideline. Blue Devils call a timeout. Somebody's not on the field that should have been on the field. And I will go to commercial. You're listening to 106.9 FM, The Zone. All right, both teams starting to break the huddle, approaching the field. 2:02 to go in the half. Blue Devils 1st and 10 from their own 32. Maybe the nose of the football is resting on the 23. It's spotted on the far side of the field. Blue Devils come out with 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left. 2 setbacks in the gun. Quarterback keeper all the way, and it is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. for about a yard and a half, maybe 2-yard loss. Brings up 2nd down and long for the Blue Devils. Clock's running, 30 seconds on the play clock. Blue Devils, barring a timeout from the Eagles, Blue Devils may be able to run this one all the way down without having to punt and leave very much time on the clock. 15 seconds, 1:30 on the play clock, 1:30 on the game clock. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left. 2 running backs in the gun with the quarterback. He's running to the outside and hit hard and brought down hard on about the 27-yard line. Clock's still running, play clock's still running at 1:10. And they don't have to snap. It's a 40-second clock from the time the ball is spotted. And you don't have to run anything until then. So we're at 56 seconds, 15 seconds on the play clock.
One more play in this half
yeah,
then.
Yeah, we may not. Well, we're at 8 seconds, and we got your backup QB, and we're hoping we'll get it off without a penalty. And there's a snap. He's looking to run to the right, finds no room, and they're going to get him for a face mask.
Yeah.
Double
team him.
Yeah.
Maybe triple team took the quarterback down.
Yeah, gotta be disciplined. Even when you're on the right end of this, you got to maintain discipline. So we got holding. Whoa, who was holding? I don't think Coach Gilmer can believe the call. Because 2 of those guys had 2 handsfuls of face masks, but we got a holding on that one. I guess that's what he saw first, so that's what we're going with. We're going to bring up 3rd and forever for the Blue Devils. Matter of fact, it looks like they might be. Let's see what he's going to do. They declined it. And so is that going to turn it to 4th down? Yep, that's going to turn it to 4th down. 25 seconds on the play clock. And the play clock should be running by now. And there he goes. He winds the play clock. Game clock's winding. So they're gonna. Oh, yeah, he can move. Okay, very good, very good. And he's going to back up. And they're trying to get him to move. And I think we're going to get a procedure penalty. We had 2 guys move at the same time.
Well, you run a little clock that way.
Yeah, ran a little the clock off. 25 seconds on the game clock. 25 seconds left in the half. And
so play clock and game clock match.
So if he winds the play clock, they don't have to snap the football. Okay, there. Let's see what he does here.
Now they're going to move back again.
Okay. Oh, they snapped the ball. They didn't even start the play clock. Okay, ball kick. Good roll for the Blue Devils and rolls out of bounds with 20 seconds to go on the Sayre 41-yard line. That's as good of an outcome as you can get in that situation. Good kick away from the return man, who's been pretty shifty on returns tonight. He's had a good night returning punts. And so it'll be 1st and 10 Eagles on the Eagle 41-yard line with 20 seconds to go in the half. I would imagine you're going to see a complicated route tree coming out of the backfield because I will promise you they are trying to score before half.
Right.
I see who's.
You may not have your number 1s in there, but your number 2s want to score as badly as the number 1s do.
Yeah, so you got your backup QB in who actually delivered a good ball last time. There we go, running to the outside and
flag.
Yeah, flag on the play. Not sure what he's going to call. They looked a little bit like pinball out there. They've got some backups in on all the way across the board, which truthfully just is classy when you're up this big just before half. You put your 1s on the bench and you let your 2s run at it.
Yeah, you got Ethan Garrison was the ball carrier for Sayre, and he's a sophomore. So,
and you had a couple of guys pinballing off of you.
What I loved is when he got over on the sideline and was tackled, he pitched the ball out of bounds trying to stop the clock to get one more. He was already out of bounds, and that stopped the clock, but he made sure.
He's trying to get one more play, Coach, one more play.
Let me do it here.
Which, so 42-0, Blue Devils trail this one. 13 seconds on the game clock.
Back the ball up to the 33-yard line.
It'll be a 20-minute halftime, so they're winding the clock, and this group of guys trying to get some snaps in. And there's the snap, pitching it to the right, cuts it back across the middle. And he is brought down at the 40. The ball comes loose. No, he's saying he's down. We got one guy saying he's down. And there's no time on the clock anyway. So at the half, Blue Devils starting the season sluggish and slow, trailing this one 49 to nothing. It'll be a 20-minute halftime, so we'll hear from you in 20 minutes. You're listening to 106.9 FM. You can find us at oksports.tv and on Facebook. 42-0 at half. Blue Devils trail this one. We'll be back. All right, we're back here getting ready for kickoff. Both teams warmed up after a timeout. Blue Devils on the wrong end of a bad business decision, trailing this one 42-0. Beginning of the third quarter. Imagine we will see a continuous clock. Don't quite know as of yet. Would like to introduce the cheerleaders if we could here in our program here. We've got Ava Calico, Taviana Collins, Caden Eldridge, Caitlin Melzer, Georgia Willingham, Grayson Selman, Emma Christian, Ramsey King, and Carly Banks. Thanks to these young ladies for doing their best to keep the crowd energized and representing their school well, even in difficult situations.
Well, and when we had to meet the players a couple of weeks ago, you was talking about the fact that, okay, football players get to start it. They can have summer pride and come out and work out in the weight rooms and everything and do things like that. Then they take a week off, and then they come back out and they start again. They can officially start football that week of school. But these cheerleaders have been working since June. They had a cheerleading camp they went to.
Oh, yeah.
And then they keep practicing all summer long, so they're ready for this. So, we was talking about the program. You got a junior high game that will play on Monday night at Hinton at 7 o'clock at Hinton. And on the September 5th on that Monday night, I believe that is, Carnegie will be here for a junior high game. So it's good to see these schedules in the program here.
Yeah.
And so, you got that. And then softball's in a tournament this weekend, your fast pitch softball. Cordell's getting ready to kick off right here.
Let's see what this looks like. And that's about what we thought it was going to be. I'm not sure if that was a deliberate onside kick or if that's what it turned out to be. Fielded by the Eagles at about the 40. He runs about 80 yards to get to the 50. He ran from one side of the field to the middle, cut back again. Blue Devils finally track him down around the 50-yard line. Let's see what Sayre brings out to the huddle. A couple of the first team guys jumped out there to play, and then they were quickly replaced by some cleaner uniforms. I'm not calling them the second team or the B team, but they're cleaner uniforms than the guys who had been on the field.
You bet. Come back out here. You got to rest. You've done your job in the first half, so we'll let some others get some experience right here against Cordell.
So Blue Devils trailing this one 42-0, 11:51 to go in the third quarter, just the beginning here. Blue Devils, let's see, did we get a penalty already? They stopped the clock, so we're trying to figure out why they stopped the clock. We don't have any indication whatsoever. There we go. We get her back now. Okay, and there it is. Running back around the right side. Shifty back up to the left. Brought down after about an 11-yard gain. 11:42 clock is running.
The running back there was Dustin McSorley, who's a freshman for the Eagles.
Right, so 1st and 10 Eagles down to the Blue Devil 39, about a 12-yard gain on the play. Don't know if we have a continuous clock. It keeps running no matter.
We do.
Yeah, we do. All right, so here's another pitch out to the right, and he's going to be hemmed up, and he is looking for a way out, and we have penalty flags come flying in. And at this point, we don't like penalty flags because it stops the clock. I don't know if we got holding or face mask over there. I don't see what we have here. Mr. White Hat, he's winding the clock. He's telling them, wind the clock.
So keep it moving. Keep it rolling. I remember one game was that they were running the clock, a continuous clock, and the hometown fans, we weren't at home that night. They was hollering, stop the clock. And they said, no, you're leading by now. Keep that clock rolling.
Keep the clock rolling. So it's a holding penalty against, wow, he indicated holding, but they're marking that off against the Blue Devils.
Yeah. From the 38 down to the 25.
That's a big penalty. Must have been a face mask. And Mr. Official is he's trying to fly. He's trying to tell him, run the clock.
Yeah.
25-yard line. Here we got a man in motion to the right. Handoff right in the middle. He finds a lane, gets turned around and cuts back, and is brought down after about a 6-yard gain down to the 20.
What's fun, the motion man was almost across
Yeah.
the line of scrimmage from this side of the field to the far side before the ball was ever snapped.
Yeah, now he's not allowed to move forward. He can move with the line of scrimmage, but he's not allowed to move forward. And I'm with you on that
It was
one.
just a big arc around there, and so he was hoping they'd snap it before he got that far, but motion was real good there.
All right, then 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles. And quarterback lead to the right, and he tries to cut back and finds a little bit of yardage, brought down short of the 1st down, and we have a player down. And we are going to go right back to break. Blue Devils down on the field. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Player slow to get up, hobbles off the field. He looks no worse for the wear. A couple of scores from around the way. Number 1, Fairview 56, Hobart 6 at Hobart. Mangum 49, Hilton 0. Texoma Goodwell 40, Carnegie 6. And there's a handoff. He's bouncing out to the left side, cuts back to the inside, brought down around the 10-yard line. 9:50 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Good pursuit there by
Yeah.
Cordell. They stayed with him. Finally, there's 3 of them brought him down. So.
Thomas 19-12 up on Watonga. Walters 49-14 over Kanawha. And just rolling down to some areas close by. We've got, that should be just about it.
Yeah, because Walters is week 10 of our season. So
Yeah, I'm looking at the Caddo Snyder. Caddo's 52, Snyder 6. Eagles come up to the line of scrimmage, pitch out to the left, cutting back, trying to catch that edge, cutting back, brought down around the 2. Probably could have been a horse collar there, but hey, that, like I said, at this point in the game, flag stops the clock, and I don't think Mr. Official is wanting to stop the clock very much.
keep it rolling. So
42-0 on this one for in favor of the Eagles. Starting quarterback out with cramps right now for the Blue Devils. Had a guy we lost at the end of the half. Got him back in this half. He looked pretty good. And just a couple of guys who's been kind of dinged up and gimped up. So running a little short-handed here are the Blue Devils. Handoff pitch to the left, make him cut back up the middle. He skips down and nose dives into the goal line.
touchdown.
Touchdown Eagles. Continuous clock. 8:20 to go in the ball game. We'll be going for 2. Haven't seen the Eagles kick very much of anything in the last couple of years. And in high school sports, it's one of those things. It's hard to find a decent place kicker. You don't often get them. For a couple of years, we had actually a little bit of an embarrassment of riches. We had a couple of guys who could kick fairly well, with Rhett Putman and Logan Selman. And then you had good grief, Johnson. He could kick fairly decent. Then we had a couple other guys, and then all the kickers went away. And it's just that way in small town football. And there's a flag.
What are you doing there, boy?
And
Oh, you had a ball game?
Yeah, we're in the middle of one.
okay, there we go. All right then. So that's a false start on the Eagles. Going to back them up and to about 5 yards. They'll be at about the 8-yard line to snap the ball. 7:20 to go in the third quarter. Rotating a couple guys in and out. You're going to see a lot of this is going to break out into what's called the battle of the backups. And,
well, you got to get some preseason experience here.
This is like watching preseason NFL football. A couple of guys that may not see much more time, but it's all good to get these kids in while they can, because you're going to be later on in the year where you're not going to have an opportunity to play, and these guys are valuable, and they've done summer pride, and they've done their work. 2-point conversion, no good. Blue Devils trail this one 48-0, and we're going to be right back. You're listening to 106.9 FM, The Zone. All right, we're back. Blue Devils set to receive the kickoff. 6:55 to go in the third quarter. Blue Devils on the bad end of this one, trailing 48-0. And a few guys dinged up, a few of the starters dinged up and are on the sideline. They won't see the field again the rest of the night. So we're playing with a little bit of a skeleton crew. Looks like some of those guys will be back for us next week, though. So Blue Devils set to receive the kickoff. And we got a backup kicker. Let's see how this goes. He's got a lineman's number, so this ought to be interesting.
Yeah, and the other kicker had been kicking from 7 yards back. He's at 5 yards back, so he's gonna squib kick this one. I'd almost bet.
Well, let's see. Now he's going to embarrass both of us. He's going to kick it through the uprights here.
Probably will.
See what happens here.
It's his opportunity.
Not bad. Fielded at the 25. Looks like a lineman fielded it. Good hit coming up. Didn't tackle him, but about the 32-yard line. Good collision there at the 32. Blue Devils running the ball well. Like I said, that looked like a bigger guy than normal carrying the football. All right, Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Let's see what we have coming out.
And I'd love to call a number, but I can't read the numbers.
Yeah, again, you got dark blue pants, dark blue jerseys, dark blue numbers.
Yeah.
Kind of hard on us guys that need something about 3 feet from our eyes for us to pick it up. Blue Devils break the huddle. 2 wide to the left, 1 wide right. Quarterback in the gun, 2 setbacks next to him. And snap the football.
That's right. You don't have to wait for them to get there.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, missed an opportunity. Eagles were still in the huddle, and they could have – Mr. Whitehead shaking his head trying to figure out what was going on, because he probably could have called about 4 different procedure penalties right there. Easily, and he's just kind of shaking his head trying to get through it. Gained a yard off the handoff to the left.
And you figure if you start an hour later, it's that much later for the officials. If they're traveling home and they're not local, they travel a good distance.
Yeah, most officials, they have to travel a good ways anymore. We have so few officials anymore, so we have to take it easy on them. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left. 2 setbacks in the gun with the quarterback. Snap, looking like a quarterback run all the way. Breaks off to the left side. Has a good lane, and that will be, barring penalties, the Blue Devils' first down of the game and of the season. Had a good lane to the outside on the left, and he exploited that. About a 13-yard gain later, Blue Devil first down. 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Blue Devils taking their time in the huddle. 12 seconds left on the play clock. If we're not careful, we'll get a penalty here.
Lose.
We'll
yards.
lose 5 yards. There we go. He's up. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this play off.
Set.
Yeah,
Snap
there's
it.
the zero. They
There you
didn't.
go.
They let him get it off, and he fumbled it.
Yep. Handed off
Yep.
to it late, and it went through
Yep.
his hands to the ground. So hurry up. We'll do that for you.
Yep. And that's what happened. They could have called the delay of game penalty and backed him up, but no breaks here. So after a 13-yard gain, Blue Devils fumble the football away on their own 40. Eagles have the ball on the Blue Devil 40, 1st and 10. 3:30 left in the third quarter. We have a continuous clock, which basically means that there's not going to be much that stops the clock right there. At this point, all you're doing is really risking injuries. Game is very much decided. And we get a timeout. So that is something that will stop the clock, an actual timeout. You're listening to 106.9 FM. We're going to commercial for the sake of our sponsors. All right, we're back. 2nd and long for the Eagles. Dive play off the right side. Not much there for them right now. Bringing it to the left, a sweep to the left, and got sucked in, and he is out to the outside. Brought down at the 25-yard line. We had the ball come loose, and I don't know, is he marking it down? He hasn't been real clear with his hand signals. I'm going to say he was down. And
Jaden Moser was the running back, number 2 freshman for the Sayre Eagles.
All right, so he held on. He coughed it up, but after he hit the ground, so it's still Sayre Eagle football. $1:50 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. They got the edge there. Fullback, they pitch it to student body. Right, number 22 is drugged down after he was tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be about a 3-yard loss on the play. Blue Devils pursued that from the backside and brought him down for about a 4-yard loss. 2nd and 14 for
number 22
Eagles.
is Coy Capehart, freshman for the Sayre Eagles.
Let's see here. We have
32 coming out and 25 coming in. 25, there's Dustin McSorley.
2nd and 14 for the Eagles. Same formation as always. And they got a motion to the right, handoff straight up the middle, and he is stacked up right at the 25, back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Eagles as we approach the 45-second mark of the third quarter. Blue Devils trailing this one 48-0. Cheerleaders have done a fantastic job for us tonight. Now they have some of the mini cheerleaders out there. 3rd down and 10 for the Eagles. Quarterback under center. Everybody move. Pitch to the left. He cuts it back up the middle. Doesn't quite make the line of scrimmage. Should bring up 4th and 10, which you could practice your punt formation at this point or just go for it. You're on the 25. He's probably going to go for it. And we're winding down. I don't think he'll get another playoff this quarter. The 5-second mark. You are listening to 106.9 FM, The Zone. We'll be right back to begin the 4th quarter. All right, we're back. Getting in the 4th quarter, Blue Devils have, after a solid first quarter, just haven't been able to get on track and didn't get on track in the 2nd quarter. This one is 48-0 to begin the 4th. We are in a continuous clock. Only thing stopping the clock at this point are timeouts and injuries and maybe a score. But play clock still runs. Eagles line up in their formation. Looking to throw. He handed off. A quick inside handoff, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Blue Devils hold up on 4th down, and that should be a turnover on downs.
Like I said, we're seeing a lot of good things out of the Blue Devils. I mean, it's kind of tough like that when you got limited numbers, and then Sayre has a lot of good players, but they're getting a lot of their 2s and 3s in here. Looks like they're getting a lot of their freshmen in here too. So
we've got a player down on the field, so we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Injured player is able to leave the field under his own power. We get a timeout here from the officials. Hydrating plenty of kids. We said it cooled off, but that's just kind of a relative term for this time of year. I think let's see what we have as an actual temperature. It is still 87 degrees, and you're running full sprint sideline to sideline, wearing pads and a helmet, so it can get wearisome on them. So we've had longer timeouts and longer breaks in between possessions. Blue Devils have the football, 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Several backups in the game at this point, including at quarterback. And whole left side of Sayre's line move, looking to throw the ball deep. He's got a man at and the defender, there's a reason why the defender is playing defense. Yeah, because if he's a receiver, he wouldn't be a receiver. He caught that ball about 4 times and then ended up dropping it.
Right.
So
Well, the would-be receiver for Cordell came back and jumped on him, and the ball popped loose, so they call it incomplete. Let the clock roll. So.
Keep her rolling on an incomplete pass. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Wasn't a bad-looking throw.
It was a good throw over the top and everything.
And considering he was under the pressure, he was under.
And it was a catchable ball, just caught by the wrong team for a little bit.
Well, if they were keeping the stats on that one, he was 4 out of 5 on one pass. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left for the Blue Devils. Looking to run, he finds an inside lane, and it quickly closes at the 26. That'll bring up 3rd down and long.
They smacked him. They sandwiched him in there.
He thought he had a little bit of room to the inside, and it closed up pretty quick with the linebacker and the guy holding the edge. 10:20 to go in the ball game. Now, if you're interested in viewing these games over the course of the year, you can find us at oksports.tv, and you can also find us on Facebook. And you can find us on the radio at 106.9 FM. 2 wide to the right for the Blue Devils, 1 wide left. 2 backs in the gun with the quarterback. There's the snap. Handoff to the inside. He found a little bit of room. He's still up and moving, kept his legs turning, and gets across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and about 3. We'll call it a big fat 3.
Because we need all the yards we can get here.
Yeah, so it looks to me like we'll be going for it. And with the continuous clock, I don't see why you wouldn't. If you can turn out a 1st down, you can get some more reps on offense. Let's see here. 9:20 to go. Blue Devils in the huddle. 10 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry to get this one off. And the last time we hurried, we fumbled the football. And there should have been the snap, and there should have been the snap again. They're just letting her go. Nowhere to go for him. That snap got to him real slow, and he got stacked up in the backfield. So that'll be turnover on downs. The Eagles will take over on the Blue Devil 30-yard line as the clock continues to run. Blue Devils trail this one 48-0. Ball spotted on the 40 for the Eagles. Couple of local area teams handling their business in opening week 0. Frederick defeats Hobart. I'm sorry, I said Frederick. I meant Fairview defeats Hobart 56-6. Let's see who else. Minco is up 25-18 on Dibble. Crescent 35. We were in a scrimmage with them. 35. Moreland 8. Rush Springs and Empire battling it out in a rock fight. 16-14. Empire's up on that one. And it looks like we have a timeout. We're going to go to a break, and we will be right back. You're listening to 106.9. First and 10 for the Sayre Eagles on the Blue Devil 30. Handoff, sweep left. He cuts it back over the middle, and that hole shuts up pretty quickly, and it is going to be second down. If he gained anything, he gained an overinflated football. He didn't get much on the play. So second down and 10, and another Eagle is on the ground. It looks like he's cramping up. His buddies are there trying to stretch him out. And boy, that's that's an annoying pain, that calf muscle cramping up like that.
Yeah.
Trainers coming out, and then, the coaches got him now, stretching him out.
And this time of year, I mean, you know it's going to happen. I don't care how much you hydrate and try to get ready for that, and it's just going to happen because you'll be in better shape. You'll be more fluid and hydrated in the next game or two.
Yes.
But you're going to have softball, fast-pitch softball on Monday. Duke will be here. Then on Tuesday, Hollis will come to town for a fast-pitch softball. And on Monday night, the junior high will travel to Hinton for a junior high game. But then the following Monday, on the 5th of September, Carnegie Junior High will be here to play Cordell. And then after that, on the 11th and 19th, you go to Sayre and Apache. So we'll try to keep you updated on the junior high games as they come up down the schedule a little bit. But you've got the – I did see a cross-country schedule going on, too, because cross-country, we've got a really good cross-country team that we want you to be able to keep up with also, and we'll try to get you stats on them.
Second and 10 from the Cordell 30. And he's not throwing the flag. He's just telling him to back up. Normally you would get a flag for that. He's just like, no, we're not stopping the clock again. Wind the clock. Mr. Whitehat's winding the clock. Second and 10 for the Eagles. Handoff to the inside, and he's stacked up at the original line of scrimmage. He might have eked out a half a yard on that one. We'll bring up third down and long for the Eagles with 7:10 to play in the ball game, and we have another guy down, and I'm betting you it's more cramps.
It's going to be cramps. If you get the opportunity, we've got something going on this year that we haven't had in the past. We've got a Blue Devil mascot down here on the side of the field.
Yeah.
He helped on cheerleaders perform at halftime and stuff, and was down here, and he's down here on the sideline with the cheerleaders right now. But we've got our first Cordell Blue Devil mascot, so we appreciate that effort.
And that's got to be the sweatiest guy in the building right now. I mean,
it's a little bit warm.
He's got layers. I mean, they got thick layers on. I don't know if it's a he or she or what, but they've got thick pants on, an overshirt that's thick, and then a whole enclosed head. And he's going to need oxygen in there before
He's got
long.
a little screen and a little window that he can see out a little bit, but he's the cheerleading coach's son.
All right.
So, there's opportunity here, and he performed at the Meet the Players and stuff, so there's a lot of opportunity to see this, but it's good that somebody wants to do that and get it out here and does this, because it takes a lot of activity for that to happen.
Oh, yeah, great team spirit. Great team spirit. So,
and I know I saw a lot of kids getting their picture taken with him
yeah.
earlier and everything, so makes it fun. Go by and holler at the cheerleaders and stuff. Go by tomorrow morning and see the animal judging at the county fair tomorrow morning. I think it starts at 9:30. Then see all the exhibits in the exhibit building, and then they'll have food and everything. So you can go have breakfast and enjoy the cattle, hog, sheep, and goat show tomorrow.
Oh, I thought we were roasting all those. Oh
no!
you were naming cattle, hog, and sheep. I was like,
man,
sounds like a barbecue. Yeah,
trying to eat that at the break here now. So
Blue Devil off the field on his own power again. Just probably dehydrated. He's coming off okay. Third down, and I've got about 8. And Mr. Whitehat's waving his arm. I'll tell you what, if he caught a breeze, he could fly. He's flapping those arms, getting that clock running. And everybody moved.
Somebody jumped off sides. So.
They moved in the backfield. We jumped off sides. I bet we get the penalty. Yep, there it is. Yep. Offsides.
Okay.
He came across and made contact.
Yep, 5 free yards for Sayre.
Well, the last time he told him just to back up. I guess he's got to throw the flag every now and then.
When you make good contact, then you got to go ahead and call a penalty.
Yeah, got to call that one. Third down and 4 for the Eagles.
To me, it looks like they're huddled up at the line of scrimmage.
Pretty much, yeah. They are bunched up in there. Oh, that's what happens when you got the backups playing.
Oop. Yep.
So loss of about 3 yards on the play will bring up 4th down. Looks to me like a solid 7. No, he's still backing up. 4th and 8 back to about the 29.5-yard line. Be 4th and long for the Eagles. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Blue Devils on the wrong end of a bad business decision today. We'll see better days down the road, though.
Yeah, because next week Merritt will be here, and in 2 weeks we'll be at Burns Flat.
And there's the handoff again, straight up the middle. He is stacked up and brought down hard.
And you can't worry about Sayre on this end of it. They're letting their freshmen and their sophomores play right now. They've got their 2s and 3s in here getting some on the field experience, and you learn more in a game type situation when you're in a game right here, even if you're a backup to somebody and you get on game experience. And like we was talking earlier, they still want to score.
Yeah.
If they can get the right pass, the right handoff, the right block, they can get to the end zone. And what a big feather in your cap if you're going, I got to score against this one. So.
And also with the Blue Devils not having enough guys to scrimmage 11 on 11, so you have the guys who are on the bench and stay on the bench quite a bit. You have them, and they get these solid reps, so they just get better. 4:50 to go in the ball game. Everybody lining up, 2 wide left, 1 wide right, and we have a flag.
Just as he snapped the ball, did the clock go to 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4:40 to go in the ball game. And no, it's an offside penalty. It's marked off against the Eagles.
Eagles, okay. I was mentioning there is a cross-country schedule here. They had a good outing a week or so ago at Weatherford. Then on Saturday, the second week from Saturday, they'll be at Kingfisher, junior high and high school.
Yeah.
Then the following Friday, they'll be at Cash Junior High and high school. And I've seen a lot of promos on that. They've done really well so far.
All right. Blue Devils with a slow snap again. He had to field it. And loss of about 3 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 8.
If you had your stopwatch, you could almost time that and get a little hang time.
And, yeah, but I say that snap's getting a little hang time, and their snaps aren't supposed to get hang time.
No, it's supposed to be a direct snap and knock you down, but had a little hang time there,
Yeah,
no problem.
3:45 to go in the ball game. Blue Devils huddled up, trying to move the football. It's going to be after 1st and 5 on the offside play. It's going to be 2nd and 9. 2 wide to the right, 1 slot right, 1 wide right, 1 wide left, 2 backs in the gun with the quarterback. There's the snap, better snap. Under pressure, throwing it just about as far as he can. He's got a man in the area, and it's caught deep downfield, and they've crossed the 50. That'll be a Blue Devil 1st down, longest play from scrimmage of the night.
Great pass, too. I mean, the quarterback knew he was going to get hit, and he leaned back and aired one out big time. Line of scrimmage was, at the 32 or so? No,
it was right there.
Right about the 30, so that's like a 25, almost a 30-yard pass play. So
Blue Devils 1st and 10 from the Sayre side of the field
46.
on the Sayre 46. 2:55 to go in the ball game. Blue Devils on the move. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left. 2 backs in the gun with the quarterback. Looking to throw again. And there he is. He's triple covered. and he's brought down. He intercepts the football, and we got a little bit of a scrap going on here away from the football.
Where's the wrestling match at?
Yeah. We needed the coach to come pin this one down. And now they're getting scolded by the back judge.
2 officials are out there to talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, a little too much extracurricular activity away from the football, having nothing to do with the actual game. But, you get to this point in the game, game hasn't gone well for you. You get a little frustrated. I think we're going to get offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct.
Because if you're holding me down, then I'm holding you down, then you're holding me down.
Yeah.
It was a good wrestling match. If you're a wrestling coach, you could recruit both of these players for your individual teams, and they'd be fine. So.
Yeah, so here's personal foul declined.
Yep.
And what's this? Dead ball foul. Personal foul, dead ball. Yeah, this is the offsetting personal fouls. And evidently there was a penalty against the Blue Devils other than the offsetting. 2 minutes to go now. Here's the thing. If the clock keeper had been a little more on top of things, we'd be done.
The ball game would be over. So yeah.
If he'd just clipped that clock run, we'd be done.
2.5 minutes of error.
Yeah. First and 10 Eagles after the interception. They went back to the well on that, and that play was triple covered. And white jersey came down with it when it was thrown to a blue jersey.
Right. It's interesting all the way around. It's a good scrimmage at this point, and both teams are getting some good experience right here.
Some good snaps, yep.
Get some repetitions in, and a lot of your Sayre Eagles are your sophomores and freshmen playing right now. Should get you more names and numbers.
And the truth be told, most of our team is very young. We have 2 seniors on the team, and we have a bunch of sophomores and juniors filling a lot of starting positions. And so Eagles come to the line of scrimmage on their own 49-yard line. There's the snap, pitching it. He's running to the right, going to cut it back through the middle, and he's drugged down from behind.
You're seeing some good tackling here.
Yeah, here at the end of the game, one of the things that begin to falter is fundamentals.
Right.
And tackling is fundamentally part of your game, and when you get tired and when things aren't going well and your attitude changes and it's not so good, you tend to start missing tackles. Blue Devils have been tackling well here late in the game. 2nd down and 10, that went for no gain. In fact, I felt like it was a little more of a loss than we got the spot for.
And, too, it might be that our ones are playing against their 2s and 3s. There's a good pitch.
Yeah, there's a good pitch. He had to look for it and find it, but he found it.
That's a one-handed tackle.
Yeah, he was trying to duck the tackle, and he got pulled down from behind. Number 13 on the run, Ethan Garrison.
Yeah, and Zaricki on the tackle because he tried to cut by him. He reached over and back and tapped him, and he just rolled forward and went down. So that's a great one-handed tackle. So.
3rd down and 5 for the Eagles. Less than a minute to go in this one. Coaches have left the booth coming down to the sideline. I'm not so sure how many plays the Eagles are trying to run here late. I will be willing put a little bit of money, not much. I don't have much. I'm a preacher.
Right.
We don't have much money. I'll be willing to bet this is the last play of the ball game. And there's the snap, pitching to the left. He's trying to find the edge, cuts back up the middle, finds a tackler, brought down around the 38-yard line. Clock continues to run. That should be all she wrote.
Well, as you do that, the ones on the field right here for Sayre, this is their opportunity. If they can score here, I know your starters are over on the sidelines watching and enjoying this, but at the same time, everybody's going to give 100% right here.
Yeah. And both teams are stacking up at the 50 to shake hands. 4 seconds left. Ball game is over. Blue Devils open slow on the season, losing this one 48-0. We'll be back here next week to face the Merritt Oilers with a little more healthy than we are right now. We've got several guys dinged up and out of the ball game right now.
And you've got a week of experience right here.
Yeah.
This is big experience. I appreciate Sayre. They didn't try to run the score up and everything, which they could have, but our guys really answered the call real well and did a super job here coming out in second place on a 2-man race.
All right, then. So, well, for myself and Dudley Simpson, we're going to call it a night. Even it's a little later than normal, and us old guys, we got to get to bed. And
go by and tell your sponsors
yes.
Thank you. They make this all possible. We stay up and enjoy calling these games, and your sponsors make this all possible because home games are good. Next week will be a home game with Merritt. Then after that, we have a road trip. So. They're not all home games, but tell your sponsors how much you appreciate them being there so we can bring you these ball games.
Yeah, definitely. And also for Mike Sutherland and 106.9 FM, we're signing off. Dudley, it's been a pleasure seeing you again, and we'll get back to this next week.
Good night.
At this time, it'll still be a 7 o'clock start time at this time.
Right.
If it changes, you'll be the first to know.
We'll let you know, no problem.
Good night, everyone.